During our time together today, we wanted to discuss the 5 dysfunctions of a team. And this is highlighting Patrick Lencioni's book, and just want to give a brief summary of the different steps. First step toward reducing misunderstandings and confusion within a team is to understand that there are 5 dysfunctions and that each one that applies has to be addressed separately. The first is the absence of trust. The root cause of absence of trust lies with team members being unable to show their weakness, to be vulnerable and open with one another. The absence of trust is a huge waste of time and energy as team members invest their time and energy in defensive behaviors and are reluctant to ask each other for help or assist each other. Teams can overcome this dysfunction by sharing experiences, following through in multiple ways, demonstrating credibility, and developing strong insight into the unique characteristics of team members. And so one of the things that I've done with different staff teams is doing things like the Myers-Briggs test or strength finders, and then going through and showing how each person is wired individually, created by God, and is a gift to the team. The second is fear of conflict. Teams that are lacking trust are incapable of having unfiltered, passionate debate about things that matter, causing team members to avoid conflict and replacing it with artificial harmony. In a work setting where team members do not openly express their opinions, inferior decisions are often the result. When working in teams, you need to understand that conflict is productive. It doesn't have to be something that's detrimental. The third dysfunction is lack of commitment. Without conflict, it's not easy for team members to commit and buy into decisions, resulting in an environment where ambiguity prevails. People will buy into something when their opinions are included in the decision-making process, for example, through debate. Productive teams make joint and transparent decisions and are confident that they have the support of each team member. This is not as much as about seeking consensus, but making sure everyone is heard. Number 4 is the avoidance of accountability. When teams don't commit, you can't have accountability. People aren't going to hold each other accountable if they haven't clearly bought into the plan. In a well-functioning team, it's the responsibility of each team member to hold one another accountable and accept it when others hold them accountable. Very often, the key to success is the measurement of progress, making clear what the team standards are, what needs to be done, by whom, and by when. And the 5th and final dysfunction of a team is the inattention to results. A team can only become result-oriented when all team members place the team's results first. When individuals aren't held accountable, team members naturally tend to look out for their own interests rather than the interest of the team. Teams can overcome this dysfunction by making the team results clear and rewarding the behaviors that contribute to the team's results. The primary role of the leader in overcoming these dysfunctions is to lead by example and set the tone for the whole team. This includes being the first one to be vulnerable, encouraging debate and conflict, making responsibilities and deadlines clear, setting the team standards, and last but not least, being clear on the team's results. As Patrick Lencioni says, in conclusion, successful teamwork is not about mastering subtle, sophisticated theories, but rather about combining common sense with uncommon levels of discipline and persistence. Ironically, teams succeed because they are exceedingly human, and by acknowledging the imperfections of their humanity, members of functional teams overcome the natural tendencies that make teamwork so elusive. These are the 5 dysfunctions of a team, and I'm sure that we could probably name some others as well as we continue to dialogue.